everyone. Welcome. Today's virtual event is very special. We're going to have a lot of fun, and it's focused on all things Amazon Associates program. So if you're new to the program or you've been in it for a while, we're so happy to have you joining us today. I'll introduce myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Makwan Dovo, and I'm actually in the influencer program, and I am an Amazon Live host, and I love talking to you guys about my products, my favorite products. Now, if you've tuned into a previous webinar, then you may have seen me before, and technically all of the influencers are associates as well. Did you know that? I've been in the program for about 3-4 years now. Now we have everyone from super experienced associates to those who just joined in the last month, and we are really excited and happy that you could join us today. Now, it's not just me here today. I am joined by Spencer Goldson from Amazon. We have a few others who are going to pop in later, so make sure you stay tuned. Spencer, welcome.
Thank you. My name is Spencer Goldson. On the Amazon Associate Publisher team. Thanks for joining our Publisher virtual event. So we are streaming here from New York City, live from the Amazon Live studios. Here's what you can expect from today's presentation. A quick refresher on Amazon Associates program, how to get started, ways to create content, reporting tools, best practices from a special guest, and some exclusive key moments for Q4 you don't want to miss. And not to mention a fan favorite shopping segment.
Let's actually get started with the Amazon Associates program. Are you guys familiar with what that is? The Amazon Associates program is one of the largest affiliate marketing programs in the world. The Amazon Associates program, it helps content creators, publishers, bloggers like yourselves monetize your traffic with millions of products and programs available on Amazon. Associates use easy link building tools to direct their audience on their recommendations and earn from qualifying purchases and programs. How cool is that? So I get this question a lot. How do I get started, McCall and Spencer? Well, to get started, if you're not already enrolled in the program, register at amazon.com/associates. Next up, set up your account. What's next after that? Log into your Associate Central and update your account settings like your contact info, your email preferences, and so much more. Now, you must do this. You have to complete the view provide tax information portion. What does that do? That helps to ensure that you receive your payments. Hello, we love our coins, right? And we want to make sure you get paid. So don't forget that step. Very important, right, Spencer?
Yes, very important, Mako. Next, get familiar with our operating agreement. When you're logged into Associate Central, you can always access it by clicking on the Help tab, followed by the Operating Agreement. From there, you'll be taken to the agreement where you can read and get a better understanding of disclosures, using Amazon trademarks, which orders are eligible for commission, and more.
Oh, very, very interesting. Now that you're signed up, logged in, and you reviewed the operating agreement, it's time to have some fun. That's my favorite part. If you don't know where to begin, a great place to get inspiration for content is the Idea Hub. Are you familiar with this? Here's how you do it. You get to the Idea Hub by going back to the top navigation on Associate Central, clicking Promotions, followed by Idea Hub. This is where you can browse content ideas, including current and upcoming promotions, events, deals, and products throughout Amazon, all in one place. I think that's really helpful. The Idea Hub allows you to get your custom links immediately, and you share them across your website and social channels as soon as you want to. So here's the other thing that you want to keep in mind. In the Idea Hub across Amazon, you can browse all your favorite Amazon products and start sharing your unique links with your readers. Super easy to do as well, Spencer. You can also do this. I don't know if I'm sure you're familiar with this. You can create links via Site Stripe on desktop and mobile, Get Link on mobile as well. Some best practices too?
Yeah, we can't say this enough. Make sure you're using your tracking links. That's how performance is tracked and how your commissions are determined. Use your social channels and website to tell your audience about your favorite Amazon finds. A pro tip is to look at your order history and create content from recent orders because it may not always match the products you recommend.
Oh, very nice. You'll notice a recurring theme here. We want to make sure that you get all your link attribution and your commissions as well, right?
For sure. So now let's talk about traffic driving strategies during peak shopping season. Many associates think you can build audiences using just homepage articles or organic search. While this is true, there are many other channels to consider when driving awareness and building your audience, especially around Q4.
Yeah.
We encourage you to think big about the event. It's important to know where and how your audience typically engages with your content. For example, if your readers go direct to homepage or to channel pages, make sure you're reserving article placements or house ads on those pages to effectively monetize those entry points. If you have a highly engaged audience on Instagram, then use it to drive traffic to your content. You can even engage with your audience directly through polls, feed posts, and stories. If you have a loyal newsletter audience, then think about dedicated emails with everything your audience needs to know leading up to the event.
Yeah.
If you can't dedicate an email, then think about giving prominent coverage in your newsletters that go out during the event. The most successful associates incorporate many, if not all, of these traffic levers during their everyday commerce strategy.
How exciting. Here's another tip as well. Once you've created your content, it's time to see how well it's performing. So here's what you're going to do. Get familiar with the reporting tools that are available to you. Track your earnings, see key performance indicators like clicks, ordered items, and so much more. This I love. Associates Central is a great resource to understand your performance metrics, but also a great way to get inspiration on which products your audience is most interested in. You can take those learnings and then use them as inspiration for your new content. And it's really exciting, right? Q4 is a really crazy busy time. So it's great that you have all of that information in here. Here's another tip as well, you guys. You can use that same top navigation in Associates Central. You can hover on reports. Then you can click on consolidated summary as well. And you can get all of those earnings right in there. So now that you know how to get started, you can share your content, diversify your traffic, and check out your reporting as well. We're going to hear from a fellow publisher who's been in the program for many years and used a lot of the tools that we've shared to their advantage. Today, we have from Bustle, Megan Muntean, Executive Vice President of Commerce, joining us to share some best practices and keys to being successful. Megan, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good to have you here. Yeah.
As mentioned, my name's Megan. I run the commerce team at Bustle Digital Group, and I'm very familiar with the Amazon Associates program. We've been using it for years now to spread the word about products that our editors love.
Yeah. So for those who may be unfamiliar, can you give us into a view into how Bustle uses the program?
Sure, absolutely. So as I mentioned, Bustle's been part of the program for years now. When we actually first launched Bustle years ago, we found that our first articles that we were writing, some of them, the most popular content really had to do with products. It was products, advice on how to use them. Maybe it's beauty tutorials or must-read books or fashion finds. And because that content was so successful, we felt like it definitely would behoove us to create an affiliate program.
Right.
Felt like a really natural fit for our brand. So we joined the Amazon Associates program, and we really quickly came to learn that our readers engaged very well with the links that we put in from Amazon within our articles. So we started the program basically from scratch, built this commerce team, and have made so much progress. And here we are today.
How exciting.
It's
Let's
been
talk about
awesome.
the parent company as well, BDG. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah, so BDG, our parent company, started with Bustle as our first site, and then we launched a second site called Romper, which is focused on parenting content for moms. Then we acquired more women's lifestyle sites such as Elite Daily, Nylon, the Zoe Report. Then we acquired culture sites like
Nice.
Mike and Inverse, and more recently, more parenting sites, Scary Mommy, Fatherly, and The Dad.
Yeah.
And the team that I run is responsible for producing content for all of those different sites. So we really have to know how to adapt and have very different editorial voices across those platforms.
Yeah.
And, you know, Amazon has really been a very big part of our team's success over the years.
Adaptability is so key in business and in life as well. What are your top 3 tips for being successful?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, because we write content for so many different types of sites, I
Yeah.
can tell you that there really is no one size fits all approach for success in this business. What works for one publisher or creator may not work for another. So my first tip is definitely experiment.
Okay.
Figure out what works well for your audience and for your brand. And it may not be intuitive what works well. You may be surprised that when you test out different types of content, certain things stick, certain things don't. Test out featuring different types of products. You may be surprised that your readers really love it when you talk about products in one category, but don't respond as well to another category. And of course, experiment with different ways that you can get traffic. So in addition to experimenting, I would say really look at the data.
Okay.
Data is so important to our team. And, you know, certain publishers and creators use data differently. Some people rely on it more than others, but we rely on it very, very heavily. It drives, we look at, the data in Amazon Associate Central to see what's driving the most conversions, what's driving the most clicks to Amazon. We're using that data to then figure out, well, what experiments do we want to continue to run?
I see.
And what strategies do we want to develop as a result of those experiments?
So you give the customers what they want, right? So based on what they're clicking on and what was resonating with them, that's the type of content you put out.
Exactly. And that's so important. But then my third tip is to also stay true to your brand while you're doing all of this. You may get some traction with something, but it's kind of off brand for you. So I would recommend trying to stay within the editorial voice of your brand, build off of what's been successful for your brand broadly editorially. Make sure that you're hiring a commerce team that really understands your audience. We have an amazing commerce team at Bustle Digital Group. They have a great sense intuitively for the types of products that are going to resonate with our audience, and they know how to write in a way that's going to, resonate with them.
That's a really good tip. Now, if you don't have a commerce team and you're trying to maybe do it on your own, what are some best practices when you're writing that content to really resonate with your viewership or your audience?
Yep. So, in addition to, of course, working to diversify your traffic and trying to, experiment and use data, I would say that, really lean into the resources that Amazon provides for you.
Copy that.
Throughout the year. Amazon has done a really, really good job of providing information on the products that are selling really well, on, sale events that are upcoming, on bounty opportunities, category opportunities. So really look at that and see how you can adjust your strategy accordingly. Also, constantly try to get your hands on new products. Your job is to discover products you love and that your readers are going to love. So, figure out ways, for example, if you have an opportunity to get fashion from Amazon fashion brands, get those samples. It's been a great way for our editors to figure out clothing and accessories that we love and that we can share with our readers. Actually, this is a dress from Daily Ritual.
I love Daily Ritual.
I do too.
Well, it's so comfortable and it's great and you can wear it for so many things, but I definitely love it. Okay, so it's tricky, right? Because you're like, you have to experiment and try different things, but then you want to stick to your niche. So how do you do that in a very practical way? What are some tips that you have for our associates that are watching right now? So if I'm into beauty, can I talk about tech as well? Can I do home stuff as well? Or should I just kind of stick to my lane?
It depends. I would say experiment, right? Okay. So sometimes beauty can be tech. There are tech adjacent products, right, that make sense for beauty.
Okay.
There may be books that are related to beauty that make sense for your audience. So it really depends. See what resonates. There are certain categories I would say probably to avoid, but, things can work. There's a lot of overlap in this world.
So for anyone who's struggling to get started or stay consistent, right, I think that can always be a roadblock. What advice do you have for them?
So I would say that it takes time to build a successful affiliate business. So don't get discouraged. Stay persistent, stay patient. You're going to be many times when you feel like you're producing all this really great content. It's the kind of thing that should be doing well. And for some reason, it's just not. There's going to be times when you're wondering why your traffic is just dipping for no explicable reason. Or your business is growing, but it's just moving much more slowly than you thought it would. We all go through that. That is totally normal, even at the biggest publishers. So don't lose faith. Stick in there, hang in there, keep experimenting, keep looking at the data. And if you stay persistent and you keep following those tips, I promise it will pay off and eventually you really will crack the code.
I love that. Such great advice. I feel like this is life advice too, right? Like whatever it is that you want to do, just keep going.
Have faith.
Have faith in it. All right. We are going to be talking about like how to prep for the holidays and holiday shopping in Q4. But I'm curious from you, how do you prep for like a big shopping event, right? Do you add them to your editorial calendar as soon as they're happening? Or how do you think about new content ideas?
Absolutely. As soon as we know that there's going to be a big sale event or event of sorts, we add it to our editorial calendar so that we can plan accordingly. Sale days are really fun. They're very different from most days of the year. They're very fast paced. Our readers really, really love them. And, your readers probably really love them too.
Right.
And so it's a fun time, but it's a very different beast than what we're normally used to doing. So the first thing we do is we review any information from Amazon on the deals that are early announced.
Okay.
So we are looking for products that are on sale that we know have performed well for us over the course of the year. And if those products are on sale, we make a plan to cover them on the sale days. We'll also go back and look at content of ours that's older and see if any of those products, in that successful older content, if any of those products are going to be on sale. And if so, we'll create a plan to republish some of that content on the sale day.
Interesting. So you'll repeat content. So if
Yep.
something like an air fryer, which we're going to talk about later from Story, if it did really well last year, you'll republish it again.
Absolutely. If we have a review about like the best air fryers and that's one of the air fryers that's featured, we'll republish that review and we'll update some of the text to say, now you can get this one on sale today, today only, whatever the new price is. So it's new content as well as republishing old content. And, while we do have a plan going into sale days, which is really important, part of that plan is actually to stay flexible and to not plan. So day of, we want to be able to see what's getting traction. You won't know what all the sales are in advance. So of course, day of, you need to keep an eye on that. Also, Amazon provides a really great live deal tool during sale days. And so we keep an eye on that religiously. It's telling us what's selling really well, and Amazon has insight into that. They know what's really popular that day. So if it's a product we hadn't planned on covering and it makes sense for our audience and our brand, great, let's grab it, let's cover it. We hadn't planned to cover it before, but now let's do it. So
That's awesome.
it's a combination approach. Oh, and second day of sale, I want to add this. You have a lot more information than you did on the first day. You can go into Associate Central and see what of your content from day one performed really well. So we'll say, oh, that category we leaned, did so well, we're going to lean more into that. Or that air fryer really sold really well, so let's do another piece on it.
Right.
So you have a lot of information day two that you don't on day one. So being adaptable then is also really important.
How timely is this with this 2-day event that we have coming up? You can kind of see what did well on day
Yes.
one and then see. I love that. All right. I love how we have all these helpful tips. Megan, I feel like we can talk for hours and hours. That might have to be another webinar because this was so helpful, all this info. Now, I'm sure the associates that are tuning in really enjoyed it. I know I learned a lot. So if you have any questions for Megan, please ask them now. Make sure that we get some questions that are asked from everyone to make sure that we get those questions into Megan. All right, here we go. There's a question from James, and I don't know how much of this you can actually tell us, but what's an example of the top performing piece of content that worked well for a Bustle? Or maybe can you give us a category if you can't tell us exactly what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. So Bustle does really, really well with beauty products, also home products and fashion. I would say those are our top three categories. For us, when we cover beauty, we like to cover things that, we know we have so much data on what's performed for us in the past. So inevitably, we end up covering beauty products where we know they solve problems for people. Those tend to do really well. New beauty trends do really, really well. So it's kind of a mix. Fashion, new fashion trends, etc. But
Makes
also
sense.
things like the basics, like the bras, the underwears, the socks. Those do really well for us. I hope that kind of answers your question.
I think it definitely does. That is all great information. Again, if you have questions for Megan, make sure that you drop them in the chat. We definitely want to make sure that we get them answered. So we talked about how Amazon helps, in terms of the reporting and the tools that you have. But what are other ways that you use the Associates program to really make sure? Like, do you use social as well to reach out to your audience, trying to gauge what they're shopping for, what they're looking for?
Yeah, actually. So social is a big part of our strategy. We diversify our traffic a bunch of different ways. We push out our content on newsletters, and then we also push out our content on all the various social platforms where BDG has a presence. And we're constantly testing different content on those social platforms because what works on one platform doesn't work on another.
Good tip.
And that can vary from publisher to publisher. So, we are experimenting constantly to see and here's the other thing. What works one year doesn't work the next year sometimes. So you really always have to be experimenting and really on your toes and keep your ear to the ground.
And stay true to who you are.
That's right.
Okay, you guys, those are all the questions we can answer for now. Keep them coming. Those are all really great questions. Megan, thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoyed this. Now, I know that many of you saw or heard us talk about shopping preview and got excited. I know I did. So I'm actually going to head over to Alexis, who is from Amazon, and she's going to introduce herself, and then I'm going to go over there and join her. Alexis, what's going on?
Hi, Mako. I'm so glad to be joining you again. As Mako mentioned, my name is Alexis. I'm here from the North American Stores marketing team, and I'm here to talk about our recently announced Prime Early Access sale.
Guys, I am so excited to talk about this. Now, let's talk about this Prime Early Access event. What exactly is it? Alexis, can you tell us more?
I can. Okay, so the Prime Early Access sale, it's a new Prime member exclusive event. So we're offering Black Friday caliber deals. This gives you you an opportunity to shop early for the holiday. So for Amazon influencers and associates, this sale is a huge opportunity to earn commissions on qualifying purchases. And remember that you earn commission on all of the purchases that your audience makes within 24 hours of clicking your link, even when they buy products other than the ones that you shared.
Oh, wow.
It's a mouthful.
It's a mouthful, but really important information. I know I'll be staying tuned in for more. That's really exciting. I have so many questions. When is the Prime Early Access sale, Alexis? And what kind of deals can we expect?
Okay, so it's October 11th and 12th.
Okay, write that down.
Yeah. And then we'll have deals of the day. So those deals run either for 24 or 48 hours during the span of the event. And then there are also lightning deals. So those roll out every 30 minutes. They're much shorter, but these are the best deals around, the highest discounts of the year. So if you're subscribed to our emails, you've actually received a PDF that has more information both about the sale, about some of the products we're going to talk about today, but then you'll get additional information on October 5th with like the full deals list, more information on how to optimize your content and continue earning with us.
All important dates. October 5th is when you're going to get this full list because we're going to go through a lot of products. That means we're getting to my favorite part of the virtual event right now. Let's get into this preview, some of the products that we're going to show you and tuning in. Make sure that you guys take note of them so you can promote them to your readers. And I'll be thinking about what I need to buy, and you should as well. So, Alexis, this Prime Early Access sale is really a great time to get holiday shopping done, right?
Yep, definitely. So I think if you have readers or if you're planning content around holiday prep, this is a really great time to get some kitchen deals. So air fryers, it's a top search term on the site during this time frame. So the Cosori air fryer is always a great performer. This always converts. It's sold really well during Prime Day. I know you said you had one.
I do. And let me tell you something. I love my air fryer, guys. If you haven't had French fries that are cooked in the air fryer, it's
Okay.
so good. But what I really like about it is that it saves me time. So if like I'm cooking chicken or I'm cooking beef or veggies, I can throw them in the air fryer and they cook in half the time that it takes on the stove.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And this is great. It doesn't take up a lot of space. Well priced too, right?
Deal. So I think like such a great price, but also is really, really, if you're cooking for a crowd,
Yes.
this is a great thing to have on hand. And then also for like holiday baking content, this KitchenAid Classic Mini, it's smaller than the like regular it's
Like
smaller than the
the
classic
stand mixer,
KitchenAid. Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So really great for small spaces, but has like all the same power.
The full functionality.
Yes,
I mean, this is a piece that gets passed on from generation to generation. If you don't have one yet, this is the time to get it, right?
Or as a gift. I mean, I think it can really work for either one.
Awesome. And now we're mixing all of that stuff in our bowls. And I really love these bowls because I tell you what, my bowls tend to sometimes grow legs and walk away. I like that these have the silicone lid. So you can put these in the refrigerator and like store your fruits or your veggies, but great if you're going to be hosting for the holidays because you can use separate compartments and use like different sizes too.
Yeah, great. And great for like meal prep content.
Uh-huh.
I think these like Pyrex, I'm gonna check that.
We're gonna get to that in a second.
Pyrex storage set is also really great for meal prep content. And then I don't want to skip over the Ninja Bakeware Set. So Ninja has a huge variety of kitchen appliances or products on deal. So the blender always does well. They also have air fryers, but this full set, it's like all of your baking needs in one. So banana bread, cake, pumpkin bread, like
holiday.
yes,
Well,
all of that stuff.
and also plates. I tell you what, you guys, do you have like a matching set at home? Probably not, right? So it's nice to get a matching set of plates. And white is like that classic color. Now this, you can actually get like the bowls and you get the saucers and you get the large plates too, right?
But again, like great for feeding a crowd. Like if you have a huge crew coming over, this is a really like inexpensive set that you can snag on the event. Okay. Oh, and we wanted to talk about this is one of your favorite ones.
I actually love this soap, right? The Mrs. Meyer's. It comes in a set of 3. And now that we moved out in the burbs, I don't have time to be going to the grocery store all the time. So I love that I could get it delivered to my house, a set of 3, and I could just use them when I need to. So that is also great as well. And if you're going to be hosting and having family gatherings, let's talk about board games, right?
Okay, yeah.
So your kids are into this one particular game. And I was like, what? You got to tell me all about it because this is what I dropped.
Okay, I know. This is Throw Burrito. So you're probably like, what are these? But at one point in the game, you like have an opportunity to do a burrito duel. And so any chance that my kids have to like freely throw things at me, they're really into it. But family game night and games are a top search product during this time frame. So the weather is getting colder.
Why not?
So that's like a great content theme, right?
It is.
To like pull together some board games. So that game will be on sale. Your classics, Battleship. What do you mean?
What do you mean is great. I love like during families when you get the kids incorporated into family game night as well. Because sometimes it can feel like the adults versus the kids, or
Well,
the
this
kids are
is
doing
the
their own thing.
clean version.
This is the clean version. So let's make sure we point that out. And then the Pokemon, that's sort of classic, never goes out of style. Every kid.
Advent calendar.
Oh.
So you get one. The kids can get a new Pokemon little figure every single day.
Mhm.
So that will be coming. That will be
Oh.
a purchase for me.
I
Like
love that.
classics, Battleship, Candyland, those are all going to be on deal. So a family game night, like overall content theme, I think is a great angle to take for this time frame.
And can we talk about this Lego? Listen, I know it's for kids, but like my husband is into
Really?
So tell me more about this. By the way, over 1,000 pieces.
I know, it sounds intimidating, but I promise you it's not. So if you have Lego lovers or if you do toy content frequently and that performs well for you, we will have deals on Lego. This Super Mario Brothers set, I think, is so perfect because it's a great display piece, but it's actually interactive. So there's 3 like challenges that kids can do once they build the set. There will be other Lego sets on deal as well. So again, this is a small piece of all the toys that we're going to have.
One more that I just want to show you because we do have a lot on deal. Again, you're going to get the full list on October 5th, but look, this is the only way that I'm going glamping, right?
Like only with a water slide and a hot tub. That's it. That's the
I
only
mean, all your audience is just going to resonate with this. And again, share it on social. Look up the different reporting tools. See what works with your audience. And the Cocoa Melon is one more. One last one that we want to share.
Better for younger kiddos, but Cocomelon, I mean, if I'm a huge show with younger kids, and so there's this play set, there's a doll, there's a microphone and music set. So a lot of really great toy options. Melissa and Doug, Hasbro. We don't have everything here today, but definitely check out toys on the full deals list that's coming out.
This looks like, speaking of holidays and traveling, like you could just fold it up and take it with you on the
that's
go.
a great idea.
I am fascinated about that.
If you're going to a family member's house that doesn't have a lot of toys, that's a good one.
That's the one to get. So here's the thing. I have a lot of friends that are soon to be parents and I don't know what to get them. And if you're like me, then I think you're definitely going to want to check out this next item.
Yes.
You were telling me about
Okay.
this car seat. This
Yes,
is amazing.
so that- This was a top seller during Prime Day. So has really amazing reviews from parents. And this is like the only car seat that you would need. So you could be one and done for $165 on deal.
Wow.
It's like infant through booster. So I think it's a really amazing value. And also I just that customers are so obsessed with it, and it performed again really, really well during Prime Day.
Okay,
Then-
Frida Baby is also another
Yeah.
brand that people like. Now, I'm new to it. What is Frida Baby? Tell me all about it.
So, well, this is like a grooming basics kit, but they pull together. They're very like innovative product developers for
Maybe.
baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause it looks like a box, and then you open it up. Let's do a little unboxing. Okay.
Okay. I mean, it has like all the things you need that kind of you would never think of. I mean, I won't like go into detail.
Yeah.
What these are, but they like it's necessities that you wouldn't think you normally would need. But again, they're fantastic.
It's just a really, really postpartum gift for moms. Like if you are looking for something that is maybe not conventional to share with your audience, that's one that will really, really do well. Okay, let's talk about play sets because I think those are also evergreen too. How cute are they? Oh, is it a set? It's like you get a set of 3.
Yep. So these are top performers. They convert really, really well. This is Simple Joy by Carter. So it's one of our Amazon brands. Always a top seller. And then really great feeding options from Como Tomo and Dr. Brown's. Those are highly rated baby brands. So definitely check those out if you do a lot of baby content.
Absolutely. And by the way, don't forget to check out Nursery Furniture as well. We've got strollers, we have wagons. Those deals you definitely don't want to miss out on. One more that I want to point out, and I think this is the perfect time to start thinking about it, like taking family photos with like festive pajamas. How
Family
cute is
pages. Another top search term during the month of October. We know that our customers are looking for family PJs to create their holiday cards. So these are Honest Baby. They're organic cotton. And then sizes do vary prices vary by size, but they're all going to be under $40 on deal. So
How cute
I love
is that?
all those prints. They're so cute.
I just think about traveling with kids for the holidays, right? Like content like that. You know, you're going on a road trip, you're getting on a flight, you just throw throw that on them and they're good to go.
So cute.
So cute. Speaking of cute, we're going to get all beautiful now. Let's change gears. Let's focus on beauty. One of my favorite items, our Prime Day beauty deals are just some of the top sellers. Alexis was telling me earlier. So you want to make sure that we brought them back for fall to really help you guys maximize your earnings. Laneige is one of those brands that you've seen all over your social media. Alexis, this was huge for
Huge
Prime Day.
for
So
Prime
the
Day.
whole idea is that it's a lip sleeping mask. So if you get dry lips like I do in the winter, you take this, rub it on your lips, and then you peel it off.
No, you just like kind of absorbs in.
Oh.
Yeah, over the course of the night.
But think about the different ways that you can use it too. As a good stocking stuffer.
Yes,
A great
definitely.
gift for teachers. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Another brand that we love is Elemis. They have great products as well. Customers really love these for Prime Day. There's a bunch of different products that you can check out. This is a Pro Collagen SPF 30.
That
By the way, you
sounds
can still
great.
do SPF in winter and fall too.
You should do it all year. Hot beauty tip.
A hot take right now. So we brought them back. Olaplex is another one of those buzzy brands, but it really does work. And what I like about it is that it works on different hair types. Like I have natural hair, and sometimes when I straighten my hair, I use the Olaplex. I like that we have these trial size, so your followers can try them as well if you're unfamiliar with the brand as well. We've got products from Dry Bar as well. So of course you can focus on treating yourself. We call it self-purchase, but you deserve it as well. Or gifting, those are great because we know your followers are going to love beauty deals that we've got for this upcoming fall event.
Talk about one of your faves.
Okay, let me tell you guys something. I love Crest White Strips. So I'm on air, on television quite a bit. And one of the number one questions I get is, Nicole, how are your teeth so white? I wish I could credit it to my dentist, but it's really all props to Crest White Strips. Their new formulation is so great. It just grips onto your teeth. It gives you that whiter, brighter smile. Speaking of holidays, we're going to be cheesing and all those holiday photos. You just want to make sure that you have the best bright smile. This little gadget is really cool too. It gives you like a deeper cleanse for your skin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
This like gel manicure set. I
Yeah.
mean, there's really, again, like self-purchase or early gifting. I
Mhm.
think there are so many great beauty options. So all
Absolutely.
good products.
We're breezing through them, you guys, but you're going to get the full list. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. And of course, let's turn to tech gifts. I really like tech gifts because if you're tech obsessed, tech adjacent, or you got a game in your life, you're going to appreciate the variety of content themes. One of the things I love are Bose headphones. Alexis, you were telling me that you took a trip with kiddos and you put these on.
I just put
Did
them
you
on.
forget you had kids? What happened?
For like 10 minutes, I did forget that I had kids. It was beautiful. I mean, all kidding aside, though, the Bose always performs really well. They're really exceptional quality. Again, highly rated by our customers. And, Prime Day, they converted really, really well. And then I know you were eyeing these before. So Beats is another headphones brand that performs well.
And this one is a new one from our girl Kim K.
Yes.
Well, she's everyone's friend.
I love this color.
Isn't this color great? You're going to see in some of the fashion pieces that we're going to talk about that this brown is such a great neutral. So if you've been eyeing them, Beats, you can't go wrong. It's got that wow factor. The sound is great as well. Bose and Beats, those two Bs are beautiful. And we made sure that we brought them back. And of course, Skull Candy is also a great one. I think it's like, would you say more affordable, well priced?
Affordable, but also really greatly, highly reviewed. So I think that's another brand that will be on deal, just to offer that wide range of price points.
Absolutely. Last but certainly not least, I want to touch on the Next Plate digital photo frame. It makes an incredible gift. It's less than $120. And it's one of those items, if you're not familiar with it, is that it allows you to upload all your family photos on there. When we talk about Q4, when we talk about holidays, think about having like a small little event, right? Soiree. And maybe it's grandma's birthday, or maybe it's like a Christmas party, a Hanukkah party, whatever it is. And you have photos in the background. You can upload from anywhere. So they could be in a different part of the country and you can upload photos using the Next Play app. So it's really, really, really great.
I think all the grandparents are getting these.
Yeah,
That's my plan.
It's like an evergreen gift too. So I love that. All right, we've got a couple more that we want to breeze through. We're going to talk about fashion deals right now. We know that customers are searching for family PJs during this time. So of course, we've already talked about this. The Honest Baby deal is great on their organic cotton holiday PJs. Those are also great. Again, Alexis mentioned this, but the prices vary by age. So make sure that you check out those deals. But look at that. They're under $40. Now, there's so many amazing things here, Alexis. The last thing we want to do is share an insider tip. Did you know that Amazon has its own private label brands for home, apparel, pet care, and so much more? You'll find high quality, competitively priced products that look good, they feel good, they're easy on the wallet. And today I want to share some of the most compelling deals and top rated choices for the season. So if you want to get active without leaving home, I don't know about y'all, but the weather's starting to dip. It's 60 something degrees in New York. Dumbbells. These are great because they allow you to work out at home. Alexis, aren't these clutch? Like you when it starts snowing and raining and you don't want to leave home, but you want to work
tough
out.
to get to the gym. Yeah,
Mhm.
I love that it's in a set. There's the like, you can throw them on that rack.
Yup.
So easy.
Yeah, I mean, Q4, new year, new you, it works. You can have that and share it with your followers. So we've got mats as well, and the colors are great, so you can leave them out or store them in a closet. Now, another item that I want to talk to you about is when I'm not in the Amazon Live studios, I have a home office. I'll be honest with you, when my stuff looks pretty, it like encourages me to actually get stuff done. Some of these are under $10. Look at these Amazon Basics notepads, right? Are your kids going back to school or your followers' kids going back to school? And these I feel like are evergreen, right? Whether it's notepads or papers and pens, like you can absolutely use this for any age group and just keep them around the house too. And you think about sharing them for big events. Of course, we have this event coming up October 11th and 12th, but New Year, tax season's coming up, right? Easter's coming up, right? You can use these items really in perpetuity. And last but not least, for our pets, I'm going to come over here. We've got something for our pets too. Alexis, do you guys have pets at home?
I do not. I mean, 3 kids is enough for me.
I know. I'm thinking about getting a dog next year. So I've been eyeing some of these deals. I might just get them because they're so good. We've got items for your pets as well, your 4-legged family members. We want to make sure that they're comfortable. Check out this plush dog bed, you guys. Do you feel that? Like, I wish you could feel it. It feels so nice. It's under $30. And of course, back there, we have the easy to use gravity feeders and carriers and kennels. You can use those for both large and small animals. Amazon Basics is fantastic because they also offer incredible deals on everything you need to take care of your pet, including high quality pet food and grooming accessories as well. All right, so as it starts to cool down a bit, let's talk about fashion. Alexis, we were talking about these Beats headphones or the earbuds, and we were talking about the color. These are fantastic because they're unisex, right? Or are these women or men?
There's men's and women's.
Okay.
So these are Amazon Essentials puffers.
Uh-huh.
Again, another top rated product. And I love the colors. Like they're so on trend, so beautiful, and just a really great value.
Yeah.
I think I said men's, women, and kids.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
there's definitely one for the entire family. And like this is such a great, this would also be good for family photos.
I mean, I'm going to come out over here so you guys can see how full this is. I love the idea of doing like different colors and like keeping it in this family for a family photo with the fall leaves. Oh, this is great. So check out the Amazon Essentials lightweight cocoon puffer jacket, the longer length cardigan sweater, or the midweight puffer vest as well. Those are all great items. All of them have 5-star reviews. And really, once you put them on, just like me, you don't want to take them off. It's cold in the studio, so keep this on right now. But just a quick note, you guys, Amazon Essentials, they offer kiddos and men's versions as well. And you can opt for those classic neutrals that go with everything, or you go with trendier colors, the bright camel, the pink, or the olive green. Amazon has got you covered. And we've got something for everybody, right?
Yeah, we definitely do.
I am so ready for this, you guys. It just got here, and I'm really, really happy about that. So, Alexis, thank you so much for sharing all these amazing deals. And I know I said it before, but our early Prime event is happening on
October 11th and 12th.
And this newsletter is going to go out on what date?
October 5th.
Okay, very good.
Quizzing me.
All right. To make sure that I got all of that for you guys. So again, make sure you check out all these amazing items. All right, I'm going to keep my jacket on. I'm going to see you in just a little bit. I'm going to move back and check in with Spencer.
Thank you, Mako.
All right, sounds very...
Okay, so before we hand it back over to Spencer and Mako, I just want to highlight a few more deals that we're going to have during the Prime Early Access sale. So these were all top sellers during Prime Day. The GE Profile Ice Maker, you guys, that was a huge performer for us for Prime Day. So definitely check that out when the deals list comes out. Vitamix blenders will be on deal. Definitely get your Shark Robot vacuum. And then we also have a really exciting new deal from Peloton. So please check out that full deals list. And I'm I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Mako and Spencer.
Thank you so much. All right, let's check in and see what you guys are saying in the chat. Julia is saying it's true. Our Amazon Basics brand has everything. These Amazon Essential jackets are all on deal. Spencer, is there anything that you had your eye on for our Prime Fall Deal event?
Yeah, the Kasori air fryer, I think is one I definitely was checking out as you all were talking.
I'm telling you, that air fryer is the game changer. All right, let's talk about best practices. You got to start posting content now, right?
Yes, definitely suggest posting content now. Post articles sharing everything you need to know about the event, such as the dates, what to expect. Start prepping your audience and building SEO on all things Prime Early Access Sale. Prepare content that talks about products your editors have on their shopping wish lists, products that are fan favorites, or tips and tricks for getting the most out of the event, like signing up for a free Prime trial. You can post product recommendations on day one, then follow up with additional articles highlighting the best remaining deals for day two. Don't forget to check out your sales reports from day one to understand which products your audience purchased.
Right.
Then create day two content around these categories. Build recommendation lists about product category or interest and organize them in a single landing page or hub. Here are a few ideas to think about for your lead-up coverage. Your lead-up content should help drive awareness for the upcoming event and can be used to drive commissions and bounties as well. A few examples of lead-up articles are: these are the best deals our editors are most excited for. Here's how to save big during the Prime Early Access Sale. And make sure to apply this strategy to channels like Facebook, Instagram, or wherever your readers find your content.
That's a really good tip. Megan talked about that as well. Don't be afraid to use social media.
For sure. And for those of you with a dedicated newsletter, consider promoting the event in the weeks and days leading up to the Prime Early Access Sale to remind readers that you are there to help them navigate the day.
Absolutely. Here's another tip as well. I mean, we talked about this earlier, but I don't think we could talk about it enough. Social media can be a great way to drum up excitement and urgency with your audience. Think about using features like Twitter or Instagram polls to interact with your audience about upcoming deals. You can create a buzz with your hype posts and how you're so excited about why your writers are excited or your viewers are excited about the event. And you can encourage them to come back on the big day. Now, these are tactics that you can apply to holiday peak periods. And it's just a great way to test and learn from the holiday season. So just to recap, you heard Spencer earlier. Don't wait until the last minute to promote this, right? October 11th to 12th are coming right up. So they have just shared so many ways that you can get started right now. What are some best practices that you can share with our associates, maybe in terms of using the tools Amazon offers them? Is there one that you want to share with our audience?
Yeah, I kind of spoke about this before. I think one is the reporting tool and taking a look at the products and even the categories that are resonating with your audience throughout the sale and even in the lead up to the sale. So that the day of the event, you know you're covering the products that are most likely to drive sales or your audience is most interested in.
Okay, that's really, really good. And Megan talked about this earlier in terms of using social media as well to get your audience involved because you want to convert them over to your storefront and check out everything. That's also a great tip too.
Yeah, and don't forget newsletters. I love that one as well. I think it's a great way to capture your existing audience and get them reminded about the big day and all the best deals.
Let's talk about repeat offenders. I was fascinated when Megan was talking about maybe if something did well during Prime Day last year, don't be afraid to bring it back because this is a 2-day event that we have coming. So do you agree with that strategy
100%.
as well?
Definitely look at what performed last year or even during Prime Day in July. And then also make sure to use any learnings that you have from the Prime Early Access Sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. The next 2 months are obviously going to be a crazy time. So make sure to keep a lookout for what's working and what's not.
Well, Q4 is really exciting, right? Because we have this new Prime Day Early Access event, but also you can just keep that going through the holidays as well. So don't be afraid to maybe use items that are timely, like we were going through in our fall event, our shopping event, but also use items that are evergreen too, right?
For sure. Definitely agree with that.
Okay. All right. So what's another tip that you have for our associates outside of reporting? What's the number one tool that you feel like they're not using a lot of?
It's a tough one. I don't know off the top of my head. I
Okay.
would say reporting, newsletters, social media are probably the three I would focus most of my
Probably the
time
three.
on. Yeah.
Okay, great. Maria is in the chat saying, don't forget to check your reports as well. Your reports are key because, again, they give you key information on what's doing well and what you should be focusing in on as well. So you guys, if you have any questions for Spencer, make sure that you drop them in the chat, and I'll make sure that we get those questions answered. And just to recap again, our Prime Early Access event is happening on October 11th and October 12th. Alexis and I went through and did a really broad stroke run through of some items that you can expect. There's fantastic items for baby, for home, for fitness, items that your followers will definitely resonate with. So there's a little something here for everyone. I have to say, Spencer, this was so great.
Yeah, I had fun. Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
so much for joining us.
Got
Let's
it.
do this again, you guys. Now, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to thank Megan for sharing her expert tips, Alexis for those amazing deals, Spencer for his presence, and for all those associates best practices, and to everyone in the chat. We really appreciate having you guys here. This has been so much fun, and I hope you all learned a lot. I know I did as well. All right, you guys, we will see you really, really soon. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.